Ladies and gentlemen, this is Professor Euloge Nkounkou, the first doctor of philosophy in international petroleum, minerals, and energy, and we are LURA QUAECHITA, international petroleum, minerals, and energy attorney, expert, and diplomat of United Nations, and we are here. At Geneva. We are elected Secretary General of United Nations. So we have to precise something that we are not sit yet. We are not sit yet at New York. So we are waiting to sit so that we can act. So everything is going on. Shooting, Prime Minister Abe, going to kill around the United Nations of Antonio Guterres and Barack Obama are accountable. Okay, so are accountable. It's not me. I didn't sit yet. The day I will show you my diplomatic passport and I sworn on the Charter of United Nations. Then my job will begin with that. So today we first of all allow us to join the all Japanese and the Prime Minister Fumio Kishida, Prime Minister Fumio Kishida, and all cabinet minister and all Japanese and the window Akie Abe to wish them our condolence because yesterday we didn't have all the news, but it seems that they confirm us he died. We didn't wish this giant. Why people are intelligent, why people are committed for the good of their people have to die, and why the killer like Obama, Biden cannot die. It's them, the terrorists, have to die first, and their master behind there are master bring them to the power. These master have to die also. Then people like Shinzo Abe, good partner to build a peace around the world, but also good partner to build economy. So we express our deepest sadness, and we wish our condolence to all people of Japanese, and we hope that when United Nations will be under my leadership, when I will start to work, things like that is not going to be happen, because in the beginning of July, I was telling you that be careful with this month, because the time of orgy, the time of Freemasonry, they can take anyone they want, innocent, their own member of Freemasonry or not, so they can take someone, and they use NATO for that, secret services. How Japan has a most sophisticated secret services with a robot can see with precision. You can see robots are like a drone, so they see with many precision the people around and the picture and everything. If any danger, you can see it, in Robo. How they let the Prime Minister Abe like that in the time of election. So that's American. The CIA advised Japan as early that to secure election of Prime Minister Kishida. The Prime Minister, to secure election of Prime Minister Kishida, they should kill Prime Minister Abe. I don't know yet, but we need investigation so that after the investigation, justice be done. You cannot come to kill the Prime Minister there and disappear and okay, you accuse someone, probably he will make an injection. No, he was crazy. That's what they try to do for me with this Moroccan. The Moroccan, they give drugs and they make him sleep outside. The only place he can sleep, where we were in the house, and they taught him to play the role and everything. So my poor brother Morocco, with a fear to go to sleep outside, have to do what he could do to poison me, to put the poison in my bed, so that they have a system. They put the poison and they kill your walking. They kill your. It will affect your legs. You cannot walk. So people have to take you and to walk. So if people take you to walk, you're no longer a leader. You're no longer the leader. But they did it several times. More than 1 month, every day. But you can see I can walk. I can walk. I'm very, you can see I'm very, very strong. And after that they came, they said, okay, we have to kill his eyes to make him blind. Remember that my mother was blinded, and many of you in your family, everywhere, they are blinding you. If you don't have the eyes open, you cannot see that the medicine they give you, to heal your disease, like I have blood pressure, the medicine they give you is also the medicine will blind you. Imagine I don't have any more, I'm blind. So everybody knows that a blind cannot lead other blind, they will finish in the pit. But this is a criminal. This medicine is criminal. So I think it's the last year I initiate International Day of United Nations Day to understand scientifically the hate from white to black. That is very, very important. International Day, International United Nations Day to understand the hate, the congenital hate, because no one born with the hate, but the congenital hate of white to black people. That is a very important scientific day. As I'm a scientist, and I mark the history, I impact the history in all the life. This is, you can see it. You can see also how social, I went many times in social Protestant church, church. Rather, I cannot be alone, so I should have a lawyer, I should have people who support me in Protestant. Protestant come from Sweden, I think. Sweden, yeah. But I went in Geneva here, And after 1 year, they said, when they called them, they said, no, we didn't know him. They didn't know him. How the church can lie, Protestant can lie, Centre Social Protestant can lie. Okay, can lie. About my passport, once again, Switzerland, this is the law of United Nations regarding expert. Okay, one part of this law is applicable for me, but also we have to remember that I have special statute of international petroleum, minerals, and expert. It's not. I'm not like other expert. Okay, when you satisfy. So, we have special statute. The statute, we have special statute, and the statute is international expert of petroleum, minerals, and energy. So, this expert in this law, they can be expert of environment, expert of economy, expert of many investment and everything. Okay, one part of this law is applicable, but we have LURA QUAECHITA, special statute. That's what they call as permanent. If I didn't achieve the first PhD in international petroleum, minerals, and energy law, I could not benefit this statute. And the two Secretary General, Kofi Annan and Ban Ki-moon, could not take alone the decision. They have, because the petrol belong to, is the matter of competence of 5 countries of Security Council: China, Russia, UK, France, and the United States of America. They present it to them, and they accept it. Okay, ils ont entériné ça, ils ont accepté. It's them decide me to have this title of international expert and diplomat. Okay, and the law is attorney of United Nations in petroleum. It's them decide. So, and after two Secretaries General propose, the Security Council accept and give the title, appropriate title, according to my PhD and what I studied, and it goes to General Assembly. So, Secretary General proposed, Security Council approve and look appropriate title to raise me, and some of them call promotion, some of them said accreditation. So no, it's them give me this title. So it's not promotion, they create this position for me, creation. Okay, it's not accreditation, promotion. It's they create it. It's not myself call me international petroleum, minerals, and energy attorney, diplomat in petroleum. It's not me. It's them give appropriate title. So then they send it to General Assembly for vote, and they vote it for me. I pass by election to be LURA QUAECHITA. It's the same. I pass by UNGA to be the elected Secretary General of United Nations. So we have a special statute of permanent. These experts are not permanent. These experts in this law Most of them are not permanent. Me, I'm permanent, I'm LURA QUAECHITA. But there are some laws, rules here are applicable in my case about immunity of jurisdiction and the immunity of arrestation. You cannot arrest me. I cannot be in front of any jurisdiction. Any court. I cannot. You are not competent to judge international attorney of United Nations. You are not competent. The court of South Africa, the court of Kenya, the court of Nigeria, the court of France, the court of UK, the court of United States of America, the court, they are not competent to judge international expert with a special statute and diplomat of United Nations in petroleum, minerals, and it's a sensible case. It's a very, very strategic case. So thank you to my former bosses, Kofi Annan, and my former bosses, Kofi Annan and Ban Ki-moon. So you cannot. But I have to read again for Swiss confiscate our language. They don't have, they are breaking the law in front of all people around the world, violating the international law. When Switzerland have the headquarters of United Nations here, the first country supposed to respect international law is Switzerland, because the headquarters is here at New York. Section 19. Section 20, expert en mission pour l'Organisation des Nations Unies. Section 19. All experts are not officer of United Nations who accomplish some mission of the United Nations, have some privilege or have been granted some privilege and immunity necessary to fulfill their duty in all independence. So, A, immunity of personal arrestation. So you cannot arrest me, the police cannot arrest me. The immunity of detention. So the police cannot detain me, even if they want to falsify the story. They detain me arbitrarily, and they want to make the story of Dr. Martin Luther King, but he was not diplomat, he was not expert, you know, to put me number here. That the story, don't buy that, don't buy this story. It's a falsification. So their word and writing are protected. This privilege and immunity will be continued to granted to them, even if these people are not working anymore for United Nations, are not working anymore for United Nations. See, inviolability, I don't know, inviolability de tout papier et document. So you cannot go to check my paper, to spy my paper, my document. You cannot do that. You cannot do that. And the right me to receive some document, letter of United Nations, because I'm permanent. So I'm connected with the United Nations, to receive by and the United Nations to communicate anytime with me. Like I still receiving in my email communication of United Nations. It can be by mail, by email, postal office, and also by sweet case, diplomatic sweet case. So, also you cannot confiscate my money, my due. My money I worked for to United Nations. So this is very, very important. En français, les experts autres que les fonctionnaires visés à l'article 5 qui accomplissent des missions pour l'Organisation des Nations Unies jouissent pendant la durée de cette mission, y compris le temps du voyage, des privilèges et des immunités nécessaires pour exercer leurs fonctions en toute indépendance. Ils jouissent en particulier des immunités et privilèges suivants. L'immunité d'arrestation personnelle, donc vous ne pouvez pas m'arrêter. Imaginez, je pouvais abuser de ce pouvoir. Je ne pouvais pas même laisser qu'on puisse maltraiter ma mère. J'allais même tuer les gens si c'était nécessaire. Mais je n'ai pas utilisé ça. En Kung Fu, on nous dit, vous utilisez seulement l'arme fatale en cas de légitime défense. So, l'immunité d'arrestation personnelle ou de détention et de saisie de leur bagage personnel. Immunité de toute action judiciaire en ce qui concerne les actes accomplis par eux au cours de leur mission, y compris leurs paroles et écrits. Bon, maintenant, et comment à propos lorsqu'ils ne sont pas en mission? Qu'est-ce qui s'applique lorsqu'ils ne sont pas en mission? Eh bien, quand ils ne sont pas en mission, cette immunité continuera à leur accorder même après que ces personnes auront cessé de remplir leur mission pour l'Organisation des Nations Unies. Inviolabilité de tout papier et document. Tout papier et document. Droit de faire usage des codes et de recevoir des documents et de la correspondance par courrier et par valise scellée, donc par valise diplomatique, pour leur communication avec l'Organisation des Nations Unies. Donc nous avons envoyé notre passeport par courrier, demande de passeport par courrier, par email. Donc s'ils interceptent ça, s'ils mettent ça à la poubelle, tant mieux, mais nous avons la preuve que nous avons envoyé le courrier. Donc le gouvernement suisse ne peut pas garder nos badges, nos identités personnelles. Ça fait beaucoup de jours que nous sommes en train de dire. Nous sommes dans le bon chemin, nous avons raison. Nous avons raison. Donc si nous devrons agir, il faut que nous ayons toujours raison. Parce que nous sommes dans la loi nous protège. Okay? Même si la Suisse ne veut pas, pendant 2 ans, la Suisse n'a pas respecté sa constitution pour nous donner l'assistance nécessaire. Regardez, la constitution suisse le dit, l'article 12, droit d'obtenir de l'aide des situations de détresse. J'étais en détresse. Pendant 2 ans, imaginez, quelqu'un n'a pas $1. Pendant 7 ans que nous avons dépensé pour aider les États-Unis, nous avons dépensé, non? Nous n'avons reçu aucun franc, même pas l'eau. Le seul pays qui nous a, 2 pays qui nous a accueillis convenablement, c'est le Qatar et le Burkina Faso. 2 pays, le Qatar et le Myanmar, d'ailleurs, et le Myanmar de Aung San Suu Kyi. On nous a très bien accueillis. Au Qatar, j'étais comme un roi. Un roi. Merci encore à l'émir du Qatar. Quiconque est dans une situation de détresse et n'est pas en mesure de subvenir à son entretien, a le droit d'être aidé et assisté, de recevoir les moyens indispensables pour mener une existence conforme à la dignité humaine, à l'article 12 de la Constitution suisse. Okay. Encore l'article 41 de la Constitution, la Confédération et les cantons s'engagent en complément à la responsabilité individuelle de l'initiative privée à ce que toute personne bénéficie de la sécurité sociale, toute personne bénéficie des soins nécessaires à sa santé. Les soins nécessaires à sa santé. Voilà les soins avec les médicaments pour faire de moi un aveugle. Voilà les soins. Ça, c'est des preuves, vous pouvez le voir. C'est d'ailleurs l'entreprise Sandoz. Sandoz. Voilà. Voilà, contradiction avec la Constitution. So, here they say that they have to give me health care, adequate health care, but the health care they are giving me, mentioned in their Constitution, is not right, because this is to make me blend, because they failed to make me crow. Okay, they were putting many poison in my bed to make me crow, but they come to kill my eyes. My mother, they make her blend before they wrap and they kill her. So, but they are poor. Their secret services are poor, as I said. They are poor. You can even if you bread. You can even if you bread today, you put you are giving another date, 2 dates, the 13 July, and the 19 July. 13 July and the 19 July. Why 19? Because I was born in December 19. December 19. Okay? You are so small. You don't see, you are humiliated. How God today can humiliate the great nation like America? Secret Service become Yeza. You cannot, because if you move, I will see it. If you move, I will see it. And I want to rectify when I said Illuminati. Illuminati is not Freemasonry. Illuminati is a light of God. And Freemasonry went to take this concept to put it them, oh, nous sommes des hommes de lumière. Who is des hommes de lumière? You. Freemasonry really your homme de lumière. But I told you about my marriage with my wife, that what the solution you make when a nun, this is my wife. This is my wife. Okay. Okay. This is the first before I know my wife. Okay, my wife, I knew her in 2015. We were seeing each other, but we never go to bed until we wrote to the Mother Superior of the congregation, and we wrote to the Vatican that we're going to get married. But this is the first Sister Priska Zulu from Zambia, the first woman I was ready to marry. We were good friends also, Sister Priska Zulu. You can see her. She's a sister, she's a nun. Okay, this is her. And when I was thinking I will marry her, but she was not ready because she was starting her education in bachelor. Me, I have PhD and professor. We could not. So I let her. I didn't want to waste her time because I have to let her to study and to finish the school. Then I went to retreat. When I went in retreat, God showed me a woman, a wife. God told me, your wife, you already known. Your wife is already known in 2015. So I'm the man of integrity. I was patient. I have a girlfriend, but I was not looking for a girlfriend. I was looking for a wife. Okay, but I didn't find. When I went to retreat, I came back, and then they show me my wife from South Africa, Bongisa Munzelekazi Nkounkou. This is her passport. You can see her passport is there. Munzelekazi Bongisa. This is her passport. From South Africa, you can see very well South Africa. So this is her signature. So I came to tell her that God showed me that she's my wife. She said, "What? You know me since 20?" This is Bongisa Munzelekazi Nkounkou. This is the signature from South Africa. So she told me, "You know me." So she told me, "You know me. You know me since 2015, but you never tell me that. Today we are 2018, and you never tell me that." So she told me, "Let me go to pray, and I will tell also other nuns there. They help me to pray to see if this is a good way for me." And she went, they prayed in their congregation. And then she came to tell me, "Yes, you are my husband, my soulmate." She was calling me my soulmate forever. And when she gave me assurance that she's my wife, she take my name. We get married in front of God. We take oath. Then I extend to her I write to United Nations to extend all my privilege as a family, because my children benefit of that. So the letter disappeared here in Switzerland. So Switzerland is a champion to delete the evidence and also to make it disappear. You see the name of the concept to disappear with Balochistan, to make it disappear document. Okay, but we still have it, the letter. And if you are a light, when I say the Illuminati, I'm not a Freemason. Illuminati is someone have very high intelligence, very high light. I told you, if a nun under the regime of canon law, married a man in the regime of canon law, because I was in seminary and I priest ad vitam aeternam, and in civil, me, I'm under the regime of Germano-Romanist law, and her in British common law of contract. And after this regime, we get in international law. So both were diplomats, international public, international law, which law will be applicable, and with the solution of this marriage. You cannot know, you cannot be a light. So Illuminati is not idiot. Many of you call yourself light, but you are not. You are just a global idiot. That's the letter she wrote of my wife. Dear Honorable High Commissioner, she was living in 20 Buffalo Tom Street, Haven Bills, Amalinda, East London. So I don't give the number, but the Eastern Cape Province, South Africa. Eastern Cape Province, South Africa. Dear Honorable High Commissioner, dear Excellency, I am a South African citizen and very concerned human about a fellow African brother and a husband to me. Professor Euloge Nkounkou is a very honest man. I met in Nairobi, Kenya, during my 4 years of study at the Catholic University of Eastern Africa. I have known him from 2015 and we were good friends. Professor Nkounkou life in Kenya is in danger because of conspiracy and lies to tarnish his image. They are spreading lies that he is a very dangerous man with no evidence. Yet the university has refused to pay him his salary, the money that he worked for. They have gauged against him and are in the plan of destroying an innocent man. There can be no reconciliation without justice. My husband Nkounkou seeks truth and justice, and he is a very God-fearing man and a man of a very high degree of integrity. His reputation has been terribly tarnished, yet they do not want to talk about him in public media. They just want to kill him in secretary. It is very sad that even the Kenyan government has become an enemy to my husband Nkounkou, since he's an expert in international law of petroleum, minerals, and energy. He has been trying to do seminar of oil and petroleum training, but all that was sabotaged, and the Kenyan government is involved. Prof. Nkounkou is unjustified treated in Kenya. He is a human like any and all of us. He is African and he has to be treated with some respect and dignity. It is very pathetic of us Africans who have grown to hate each other so much that there is no more respect for life. Kindly let us revive and restore the value of Ubuntu. Nkounkou is oppressed not only by white supremacists, but also by ignorant black leaders who are puppets of the Masonic Brotherhood, a system that has kept Africans in chain of slavery and mental and spiritual bondage. My husband Nkounkou has publicly refused to bow down before the monster that has killed millions of Africans at home and abroad. He has no criminal record whatsoever, and he is suffering injustice. The government of Canada has also abandoned him, and they have joined dirty hand together with the government of Congo-Brazzaville, its original home, and we all know that the Congolese are never free under their own government, the puppet of France. Kindly, with all due respect, may you give to my husband Nkounkou and allow him to come and explore better life in South Africa. And I assure you that if you agree to this humble request, God himself will bless Africa. I thank you in advance for your consideration. God bless Africa. Your faithful Miss Bongisa Munzilikazi Nkounkou. So this is the proof. This is the proof. This is the passport. So, in Switzerland, my life is in danger because look what they are doing. They are thinking everybody are stupid. How someone beat all secret services around the world. Someone detect that from 26 July, they push it in 13 July, and 19 July. They think that they want to get the secret to attack me, but you never will have it. You never. You will be blackmailed. The 19, you will see. And they say the drone. I don't fear your drone. I don't fear your drone. Everything you organize, I have already. So I don't fear your drone. So Africa should not fear the drone. This is your time for liberation. Latin American, everywhere. It's not normal people because they get machine, they bring machine for a long time, and they use this machine not to secure people around the world, but they start to kill. They become a terrorist. They reduce us in slavery. We cannot have an elected Secretary General of United Nations and General of Forces Army. We cannot accept that. We cannot accept that. So I'm calling Africa to start to build an industry of arms, not artisanal, no. To think how you can build a missile, how you can build arms to defend, because if Russia didn't develop arms, it's a long time West people take the territory of Russia. It's a long time. So today, even if Iran, because Iran is protected by Russia, but who going to protect Africa when the drone come and you know, yes. And also le coup d'état manqué au Mali. Nous voulons pacifier le Mali. Nous voulons pacifier le Mali. D'où viennent les mercenaires ivoiriens? Les pauvres jeunes qu'on est en train de sacrifier, on peut les tuer là-bas, les pauvres jeunes. 41. On peut sacrifier ces jeunes-là. Les jeunes militaires qui ont les passeports ivoiriens sont capturés au Mali. Mais le gouvernement refuse qu'il ne les connaît pas. Et si on les tue là-bas? Donc, c'est des choses comme ça. On perd nos jeunes valides. C'est une perte pour nous. Si les Blancs veulent venir nous attaquer, qu'ils viennent eux-mêmes. Pourquoi ils utilisent les Noirs pour tuer d'autres Noirs? If they want to come to kill all black there, they can come themselves as a white. Why they use black people? So, nous demandons au gouvernement malien de juger, de ne pas les tuer, mais de juger ces mercenaires, et surtout pour que nous puissions connaître tous la vérité dans un procès public. Nous voulons aussi développer des projets d'eau à Djibouti. Djibouti et Paraguay ont des problèmes d'eau et d'électricité, comme d'ailleurs tout le monde, et nous y travaillons. Bon, mais le 17, soyons à New York. Maintenant, est-ce que vous ne pouvez pas se joindre à nous le 13 d'abord, le 13 à la place des Nations, demain le 13 à la place des Nations, le 14 à la place des Nations, le 15 à la place des Nations. Je demande à toutes les personnes qui sont dans les alentours de l'Europe, Bruxelles, France, Espagne, tous ceux qui sont là, la diaspora, mais aussi les Blancs qui veulent se joindre à nous, qui veulent célébrer la liberté, parce qu'on n'attaque pas seulement maintenant les Noirs, on attaque aussi les Blancs. Donc, si nous ne levons pas, ces gens-là, après la Russie, vont aller attaquer la Chine. Même si ils signent des contrats, ils vont aller attaquer la Chine. De toutes les façons, c'est la Chine qui est dans le colonisateur. Il fallait anéantir le plus puissant allié de la Chine, la Russie. Et ils vont attaquer l'Iran. Donc nous sommes au courant de tout cela. Nous sommes au courant aussi de ce mois, de veiller sur vos enfants, vos familles. Le 13 et le 19. Le 19, c'est ma date. Le 19, c'est le jour où je suis né. Donc on tente de percer le mystère, mais ils ne peuvent pas. Ils ne peuvent pas. Vous avez fait ça à Covid-19 et tout ça. Zéro. Le Covid-19 a tué des millions, mais ils m'ont laissé. J'ai eu des variants, des expériments. Ça, vous allez le payer. Vous allez le payer. So, all African, they mistreat black. And you are like this. All Africa. Let us go to celebrate freedom at New York. On the 17th, send the letter to all embassy of Switzerland. All embassy in Switzerland, from Jakarta, Balochistan, Bangladesh, everywhere, write the letter, go to leave it to the Switzerland that they are breaking the law. The law protect my document. They have to give me my ID. And all also have to write the letter to Antonio Guterres. Tell him you are no longer Secretary General. So the United Nations have to send the application of passport are there. To send us passport and peaceful transfer of power. If Antonio Guterres does to go, it's not peaceful transfer of power, it's the war. Thank you. God bless all nations.